when do you feel like, because you have mentioned to me before that there was a moment in time where you were quite obsessed with health and fitness and you were counting your calories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What age more or less was that at?
That was later. That was around, I would say I was maybe 21, 22, something like that.
21, 22. So you're already
Yeah.
in England?
I was
You were
already in the UK, yeah.
in the UK. You were there by yourself, making your money, buying your own stuff. And what did that
Yeah.
look like? Because obviously, for me, at my age, and especially at my time, it's really easy for me to just search up calories of whatever or whatever, But back then, how did you get into this whole world? How did you find out about calories? How did you find out about fitness and stuff like that?
Well, at that time, first of all, the reason I got into that was because I needed it. I was super overweight.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to get into the mental health area and of fitness
definitely.
and health and all that stuff. But at that time, I had just broken up with my girlfriend at the time, who I'd been with for 4 years, for almost, I don't know if it was 4 or even almost 5 years since I was in school. And it ended up being quite a toxic relationship in the sense of control. Although I thought I was happy, really what I was being was controlled by this person. I don't even know if she knew she was doing it. But one of the means of control was making me eat, right? And before I knew it, I went from being my average, which had always been anywhere between 71, 72, 73 kilos. I ended up being something like almost 90 kilos. So I gained a lot of weight in those years, and I was feeling very uncomfortable with myself. And one of the first things I did as soon as I broke up with this girl was realize it. I hadn't actually even realized it myself. I suddenly woke up one day and thought, man, I feel horrible. I feel unhealthy. I feel overweight. I am always out of breath. And this was at 22 years old. And of course, I was a 22-year-old single man working in a student town. It was not a good place to. It was not a good place to be overweight.
Yeah.
So I decided to do something about it. I decided to go on a diet, and I did, and I eventually lost the weight I put on. The only issue with that was that I had no real. At first, anyway, I had no real concept of what that meant. I'd never actually thought of dieting, or I'd never thought of what healthy eating or a healthy lifestyle was. So basically what I did was just eat less, right? And that was easy enough to do because I was working very hard. I was working from 6 a.m. till maybe midnight or something like that. So it was easy not to fall into the temptation of eating. I'd also stopped working in the pizzeria. Right, the pizza restaurant was also one of the catalysts for my gaining weight. Right, having free pizza every day was never good. And they weren't healthy pizzas, right? They were deep pan pizzas, deep pan American pizzas loaded with cheese and calories. Because I wasn't there anymore, it was relatively easy. So in a relatively short period of time, I lost a lot of weight. Right, and the problem with that, of course, is that, just like I've always said, extremes aren't good. I started feeling the effects of that. I suddenly started feeling unhealthy.